You see, the moment that everyone's tiptoeing around, but nobody's really dissecting, was that little microphone. That unassuming mic actually revealed more about Harry and Meghan's dynamic than any palace statement or royal commentator ever could. If you blinked, you probably missed it. But when Harry held the mic and didn't pass it to Meghan, that wasn't an accident. It was a message, a subtle, tense power play, right there in front of cameras, lights, and a crowd that looked baffled. Meghan, on the other hand, tried to insert herself. She swayed in, dressed in a rumpled outfit that looked like it had lost a battle with luggage, hoping to claim some of that spotlight. But this time, the move didn't land. No applause. Harry barely glanced her way. The man she's usually hand-in-hand with on stage didn't budge. There was no graceful passing of the mic, no ladies' first moment. Just silence, steps, and a palpable shift in control, unfolding live. That scene alone could have told you everything. Yet curiously, it vanished from the headlines. The mainstream media stayed quiet. They're still peddling that power couple narrative, ignoring the elephant stomping across the stage in heels and a tan. Meghan wasn't even supposed to be part of that stage moment, yet she pushed in, commandeering camera time, only to be left looking like a background extra. And Harry? He wore the expression of someone who's seen this film before. When she touched his back, you could almost read his face. Oh no, here we go again. The energy shifted instantly, not in a romantic my queen arise moment, but in that awkward, please don't make this weird kind of way. The same man who once deferred the mic publicly now opted to hold on to it. That's not a glitch, folks. That's growth or frustration, maybe both. So Meghan does what she always does. She stands there and smiles. Too wide, too practiced. She pretends it's nothing, but nobody is buying it anymore. The crowd doesn't respond. The stage team doesn't react. Harry continues speaking. Meghan lingers in the margins, finally slipping off quietly, like someone who overstayed their welcome. And yet, where's the footage? Where are the viral headlines? Why hasn't this moment been replayed 24/7 like every other Meghan or Harry slip-up? Because this doesn't fit the story the media loves. It doesn't fit the romantic royal narrative. It was raw, awkward, real, and the press has long tried to avoid the real version of Meghan and Harry. While this cold mic moment played out, another detail slipped under the radar. Ukraine. Yes, the Ukrainian government addressed Harry in official correspondence as His Royal Highness. The same style he is said to have lost. The same title the palace supposedly denied him. No correction came. No pushback from Buckingham. Why? Because maybe he's not as cut off from the family as everyone claims. Or perhaps the palace is quietly hedging bets. Either way, this was not coincidence. This was protocol, and protocol in diplomacy is never random. So, putting these clues together, the mic, the Ukraine nod, what do we see? A man pulled between worlds. A woman try to reclaim her space. And a palace that speaks in hushed tones instead of press releases. Harry might appear to be halfway out of the royal bubble, but don't mistake that for freedom. He's still tangled in it. There's this illusion that he's escaped, living his mellow California life, free from monarchical pressures. But subtle signs betray that he's far from untethered. The company he keeps, how state functions address him, whose hands still pull the strings. Do you think it was a coincidence he went to Ukraine escorted by palace aides? Not personal staff or friends. People you don't just hop on a plane without clearance. You were told he's now a regular citizen. If it were just optics, it'd be laughable. But it's not. It's about power. Who holds it, who lost it, and who's faking the illusion of influence. Meghan, for all the headlines, glam, and curated perfection, seems to be slipping. You can feel in the pauses the forced smiles. Once she controlled every frame. Now she's fighting to stay in it. When she storms a stage uninvited, the reaction is confusion, not admiration. The turning point? That event with Kevin Costner. Meghan wasn't on the guest list. She wasn't expected, but she forced her way in anyway. Cameras rolled, security didn't stop her, organizers didn't push her back, and the entire room froze. No aplausos, no embrace, just awkward silence as the narrative unraveled. Then came the quiet tantrum. Not smashed glasses or dramatic scenes. Just a smile that cracked off camera. She walked off. Stormed off. A body language exit that screamed, "I didn't get what I came for." Backstage, sources say she didn't hold back. That wide smile facade melted once the camera shut off. And in the car ride home, you think she didn't let him have it? This isn't a marriage under strain. It's a partnership where one is fraying and the other is hiding the wound. Meanwhile, the press plays its game. One day, headlines predict a royal reunion in 6 years. 6. That oddly precise number feels less like prophecy and more like suspension. Keep people dangling. Keep the Netflix deals, the branding, the hope alive. Let people cling to maybe. Because as long as people believe perhaps they reconcile, the Sussex brand stays warm enough to be monetized. But useful to whom? Really? Meghan tries to muscle her way back into the frame. The royals play chess quietly. No statements. No sound. Just silence. In that silence, Meghan gets more desperate. Harry looks more isolated. This story is no longer purely about a relationship falling apart. It's about two people who stepped away from a system believing they could build something better, only to find they needed that system's visibility to stay relevant. With the palace's continued detachment, the press's fairy tales, and the public growing weary, all that's left are awkward glances, unsaid cues, and a mic that never changed hands. Peel back the layers, and you'll see it wasn't a publicity hiccup. It's a collapse of their cultivated narrative. Once, Meghan sculpted perception, lighting, tone, the victim/empowerment spin. But that only works when people believe the story. La télé fait virdo. You can't preach empowerment while gate-crashing stages and whining when the spotlight ignores you. The mask is slipping. Under it isn't a misunderstood icon, just another entitled celebrity whose shocked the world moved on. Harry looks drained, not jet-lagged, emotionally fatigued. He once was the charming, rebellious royal people rooted for. Now he delivers sentences that feel rehearsed and hollow. He is no longer half in, half out of royalty. He's half in his own identity. California didn't free him. It hushed him, made him unsure, trapped. Meanwhile, back in the UK, the royal machinery moves on. King Charles doesn't blink. Prince William doesn't pause. The palace doesn't issue clarifications, because why dignify spin? Why let Meghan and Harry spin their wheels in Monaco or California? The real show runs without them. They know this. Every European trip, every public appearance, it's not just outreach. It's a plea. And the media? They dance along. Not because they champion the Sussexes, but because conflict sells. They push feel-good reconciliation stories one day. Then anonymous, we're on the brink, scoops the next. Journalism? No. Drama bait. Harry and Meghan take it. The silence from Buckingham isn't weakness. It's calculated. Each time Meghan complains, each time Harry airs trauma, the royal family doesn't respond. They let the fire burn itself out. So what's happening now? Meghan's charm is fading. Harry's defiance is turning hesitant. And the world, slowly, is losing interest. And behind it all, there's something deeply sad. Two people who believed they could sever ties, rebuild on their terms, now lost in a fog of contradictions and desperation. The fairy tale didn't end with a bang. It unraveled softly, on stage, under lights, in a mic that stayed in his hand. As of today, Harry and Meghan made a surprise joint appearance at a Kevin Costner hosted benefit concert in California on September 20th, 2025, their first public outing since Harry's recent private reunion with King Charles. While Meghan briefly joined Harry on stage, she stayed to the side, the same space she seems destined for now. This moment may suggest a subtle recalibration,